Welcome to the Fun Astrology Podcast. Let's kick off a new week, January 9th on Monday. Hi, everybody. Thomas Miller coming to you from the Sprinter van on St. Pete Island here in Florida. Goodness, just not too far from where Hurricane Ian did so much tremendous damage last year, and this area was basically unscathed. All right, I want you to put three numbers in your mind, okay? 12, 18, 22. Those numbers again are 12, 18, 22. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yes, Mars stations direct January 12th, Mercury stations direct January 18th, and Uranus stations direct January 22nd. After the 22nd, everybody will be direct, and the next station retrograde will be Mercury on April 21st. We'll have all that time with all the planets in forward motion. You know, that's going to be the next really big energetic shift that we have going on. I'm still advocating, even though there is a yod in today's chart, but I'm still advocating that this chart is a fairly quiet chart. I guess, I don't know, it just seems to me. So we still have the trine between the two earth signs, Capricorn and Taurus. Yesterday we had Mercury exact in a trine with Uranus. That was yesterday evening. And then today we have Venus in a trine with Mars, an air trine. This yod is a very past life, past karma kind of yod. The south node is at the tip, and then you have Mars on one side of the base and Chiron on the other. If you have been wrestling around with some of those issues that you know keep coming up, or you know that are buried in the past, or you know are deep subconscious issues, well, then there's the universe trying to help you shake that loose. And Mars might be bringing a little bit of tension to the table as well. But you know, because we have Venus in that trine with Mars today, then that really connects Venus into this yod for sure. And if you wanted to connect another, like look at how all this fits together. The moon is in a trine with Chiron. So that's a fire trine. The moon is in Leo today. It's right in the middle of the sign of Leo. And as we're waking up, at least this morning, and it is in a trine right there to Chiron in Aries, fire. So let's actually pick this apart a little bit. So the south node in Scorpio at the tip of the witch's hat, at the top of the yod, this means that what we're really focusing on through this whole structure is something in the past that has come forward into this lifetime in order to be resolved. And it probably, if there is something there that has come up for you or is coming up, it's probably something that's not completely resolved yet. The two planets at the base that are in a sextile aspect to each other are Chiron and Mars. And that's what I was saying is with that, we're dealing with not only the recurring wound that we drag mostly through this entire lifetime, but also that conflict of Mars in Gemini in retrograde. So the conflict could have more than one dimension to it. It could be multidimensional. It's almost like this is, as we expand this, it's like this yod is filleting out quite a bit of stuff. So if you wanted something to journal on today, I would be sitting with what is that deep hidden thing, and go deep because we're dealing with that Scorpio position of the south node. What is really deep down in there that wants to wrestle its way to the surface? Because then we have Venus tied in with that trine. So Venus and Mars are in a trine. To me, that's the benefic side of the air element, Aquarius and Gemini, saying what needs to come to mind. That's highly communicative. And remember, the self-talk would be with yourself primarily. And the moon is tied in another trine to Chiron. So the moon in Leo, the essence of our soul. You might even say, what is there that I could be dealing with from the past that is keeping me from performing at my best to others? With journal in hand, see if that brings anything up. So this is almost one of those aspects that you could just kind of glance over. Oh, yeah, there's a yod, but it's only the south node, and it's only... Listen, this thing has so many aspects and elements to it that there's a lot of depth going on in this chart right now. So if you're sensitive to that, if you are one who sees signs and synchronicities, or if you are one that when you sit with your journal, you get that special, wow, oh man, here is something that I really need to work on. Today's a great energetic day for that very thing. Do it early in the day because the moon goes void of course just before 9 p.m. tonight as it moves into Virgo tomorrow. So this would be a today thing. That's, of course, Eastern time. But that would negate basically after, like, don't plan on doing this work before you go to bed. The moon will be out of the picture. You'll get max benefit before 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, I hope that helps. That's very interesting. I know what I'm going to be doing here this morning. Little coffee, little journaling today, so that will be appropriate. Have a great day tomorrow. Pretty light day in the sky, but we'll be back to talk about at least a couple of other things as we kind of pick the nuances of this quieter chart. This chart's supporting us. Let's fall in and do some good spiritual work this week. And we get one of our 3 peeled off Thursday. Yes. Then we have what? Next Wednesday and then next Sunday. So that's how it all falls in. Remember the numbers. What are they again? One more time. 12, 18, and 22. See you back tomorrow.